Okay, it is 6 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. We will go ahead and call the Common Council meeting to order. Let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Middleton. Here. Varga.
Here.
Romano. Here. Leagold.
Here.
Robinson. Here.
In front of you are the minutes from our last meeting on December 26th. Were there any changes or corrections? Hearing none, can I'm sorry.
We all look to Leslie.
Yeah, we all look close. Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Jennifer, seconded by Leslie. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. Yep, Leslie, Jenny, Jennifer, and Dan approve, and Tad abstains, I'm assuming?
Yep, I was going.
Okay, Tad abstains. Next up is the Christmas Lighting Award. We will turn that over to Jennifer.
Okay. Well, once again this year we had a fantastic Christmas lighting contest. It was a lot of fun to drive around the city and see new places decorated for the first time and places decorated even more than they ever have before. So we have some awards to give out tonight. I do want to remind everybody who's here and anybody who isn't here who's in a winner to please bring back the sign. So our northeast winner is Larry and Janet Reed.
Yeah, look at me and smile, Mr. Reed. Yeah, look at me and smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our next winner is the Southeast District, Mark Sight. All right. Northwest District, Steve and Jeannie Strandland. Congratulations.
Experienced individual, really.
Yeah.
Everybody on? 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Our Southwest District winner, I do not see. Larry and Lisa Woolley. A fun thing about their yard is they actually added trees to the yard to decorate.
Perfect.
Made like a forest right on Lime Street.
I won't even say where he might have gotten it.
Sorry.
There's some missing.
Sorry. Everybody look at me. So I'm missing at the park now. Got it.
And our grand prize winner with the most over-the-top looking yard that we came across, Gary and Joanne Bird. If you guys want to see his yard, definitely go check it out. It's pretty great. This way.
Big
It's
smile.
all parts.
1, 2, 3.
This way. Come on, if you guys ready yet. Yes.
Congratulations, everybody. You're free to stay or you're free to go. It's up to you. Whatever you'd like to do, free to stay or free to go. We appreciate you bringing a little extra Christmas spirit to our community, and this is really just a warning to all of our residents. If you want to win Grand Champion, you better put every light in Columbia City out on your lawn, right here.
Yep.
So.
Crazier,
Waiting on
the
the
better.
4-H grounds to realize that my extension cords for the RMC is.
Okay. We'll scratch that part out of the minute. So thanks everybody. Appreciate you being here. And thank you for making Columbia City Christmasified this year. Appreciate that. It is a word. Next up, I want to introduce Dwayne Richardson to come on up. Dwayne is here. He is the Executive Director of the Indiana Municipal Electric Association. I've asked Dwayne to be here because our Our electric superintendent was given a significant award and nobody knew about it, and so I thought it was important.
I did.
Okay, Chip knew about it. I thought it was important for Dwayne to let you know what was going on, so Dwayne?
Hi, thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. It's an honor to be here and talk with you and recognize Sean's accomplishments. A little bit about our association. We've been, since 1941, we're the State Trade Association, and we represent the municipally owned electric utilities in the state of Indiana. It's a volunteer basis. They don't have to be a member. We go from anywhere from 52, 53 to 60. And it kind of fluctuates like that depending on who's in charge and whether it's an odd year or an even year. Every year we have an annual meeting first week in October or the second week in October, and that's where we give out our awards and recognize employees, safety awards and things like that. This year, Sean received the Frank R. Rudolph Award, and it's the association's most prestigious honor, named after Francis Rudolph from Greendale, Indiana. He was the utility manager for over 40 years. The award is given to individuals who make significant contributions to public power in Indiana and recognizes the recipient's exceptional leadership in and dedication to public power. I've known Sean for over a decade, and in my role as executive director, I have the opportunity to meet with elected officials, superintendents, general managers, assistant general managers, supervisors. I can tell you his knowledge, skills, and abilities are unmatched. Another reason that I want to be here is to thank you. Columbia City has had one board president and one board member, and that board, Miller, right? Miller, was not absent from the association, its membership, and the things that we offer, but hasn't had a leadership role in the organization until Sean joined the board. And I want to thank you for allowing him to do that. And a lot of times people look at that as someone's away from the office, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're not in their office, they're not doing work. It's unbelievable how much his presence helps not just Columbia City, but every municipal utility in the state of Indiana. And if we can keep them all healthy and strong, public power will continue to survive. Again, his expertise, conceptual skills, problem-solving skills, and Sean and I have spent some evenings discussing a lot of different things, and it just seems like if there's a 1-800 number for a complaint or a question, it automatically forwards to Sean's cell phone in the state of Indiana. So he gets a lot of calls, and he's very much respected around the state. I might also add his healthy self-confidence, excellent leadership skills combined to make him an exceptional leader, and that's what the award is supposed to honor, and in this case it does. I want to apologize. It's not often that we get to keep it a secret of who's going to get the award. This time we managed to keep it a secret, and we knew if anybody from Columbia City, Mr. Mayor, I just kind of think if you showed up, unless it was in Warsaw again.
There may be some
Right, there may be some talk, and he was completely caught off guard.
Yeah.
He had absolutely no idea that he was gonna receive that award. And I just want to thank you for letting him participate and be a part of our organization. And I learned something from him every single time I talk to him. And I know he gets calls every day from someone around the state, and you got a prize. Okay. a little bit more time, or?
Sure.
Go and hit the timer. Another way I can tell that, even if I didn't know Sean, is we do the apprenticeship training for you. I know all of the linemen. I've had most of them in our apprenticeship program, and I hear chatter at break time and stuff like that. I can tell you that whether they like or dislike, agree or disagree, I can guarantee you that every member of his staff has a high amount of respect for Sean. And that is a true measure of a good leader. To go a little bit further, I'm done talking about you now, Sean. Thank you. Okay. Just want to let you know, Sean's already aware of this. We've discussed it before. Your staff is very well trained. I'm not talking about when they come to class. The real training happens back at the organization. The book work and stuff like that, they get with me, the class work, but the 99% of it happens at the utility. There are 3 linemen in the state of Indiana that and I've been in the electric utility industry for 43 years, 2 investor owns, 1 municipal, Tampa Electric, Empire District Electric in Joplin, Missouri, and Crawfordsville Electric here in Indiana. There's 3 linemen that are just leaps and bounds above all of them that I've come across. One of them works right here in Columbia City. Sean is already aware of it. He knew it. He didn't need me to tell him, right? But you do have a great staff, and they are starting to get more involved in the different things that we do. One of the key things that we do is disaster response and mutual aid for utilities that need them. And unfortunately, we had that call last week, and I just got back from Kentucky. I was down there for 5.5 days with the ice storm that went through. And after I put out the initial call, I had one person in the state check in on me regularly to see if we needed any more help, and that was Sean. So that means a lot to know that we have those people back here in the state, and I know Sean wants to get more involved with it. We've already had a Columbia City crew in Anderson last summer, and if I did not have, I had 2, right, Sean? If I did not have those 2 guys there, they would have had to shut down a major circuit that they kept yelling. They kept yelling at your lineman that would, is it okay to say who it is? It's Matt. They kept yelling at him. Matt was up in the bucket. I knew he knew what he was doing because I've seen it for years and years and years, and they kept yelling at him. They thought he was going to move the wires too far and it was going to go into the trees and possibly trip the circuit out. And they kept yelling, we cannot lose that circuit. We cannot lose that circuit. I kept saying, yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can, because you never know when you might, right? But they didn't want it to happen because of him moving it into something. Matt had a different angle. He knew what he was doing, and he jokingly yelled down at the individual from Anderson. He says, it's not smoking yet, it's fine. And I explained to him that we're looking at it from 40 feet below up. He's looking at it a direct line. He knows how far away it is, or he wouldn't be moving anymore. So I want to thank you for allowing Sean, and hopefully hopefully I don't have to go on another mutual aid call, because we never want that to happen, right? Unfortunately, it's going to, right? And when it does, it's comforting to me to know I can pick the phone up and I can call, and this last trip has generated a lot of scuttlebutt with wages and how do we pay our people? Do we pay them this? Do we pay them that? And there's different utilities. Everybody does it a little bit different. We've got IBEW shops, non-union shops, and this one has an ordinance. This one just says, well, okay, on this one, we'll do it that way, right? We recommend some type of pay ordinance or however you want to do it, right? But you have to remember when those individuals go out of town, one, they're away from their family, and however dangerous it is for them working and doing what they do when they're here, it's probably tenfold when they're away from home, especially, you know, I don't want to say ice storms are worse. It is for me, but it's just nice knowing. And I know I saw an email today that some time ago Sean reached out to another board member wanting to see some ordinances, some stuff that he had, and I believe Sean got that in his email today. I know I was copied on it, but I sure would love to have Matt on every one of those calls. There's my 2 cents for getting them involved in that. So, does anybody have any questions for me?
Any questions? Well, I want to thank you for coming and having that conversation with us. I think that's really impressive. And I do want to thank Sean for
Yes.
all your work. Congratulations. I was going to say, I do want to congratulate Sean. I know that, you know, there's a lot of work that he does for not just IMEA, but also IMPA. He's our member on
Absolutely.
both boards.
Absolutely.
And again, I would hate for you all, number one, to not know that our staff members are being statewide appreciated. But even past that, just so that Sean understands how much we appreciate what he's doing. And so, John, I don't know if you want to say a few words or not say a few words. I know this is kind of, he did not know this was happening tonight. That's why it wasn't on the agenda. So.
I got the $100 I paid Dwayne was well worth it. He left a few things off, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll get a.
And he'll be with us. We have our board retreat starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I know he got some IMPA stuff to do
Yes.
tomorrow morning, and then he'll be with us for the afternoon, the evening, and then the next morning. And just his input is just invaluable, invaluable. I've got a great board, and Sean was a great addition to that. So thank you for having me, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, John.
Again, I
Appreciate
apologize
that.
for not inviting you.
No, I appreciate
But
you coming up.
we were gonna keep
Yeah.
it a secret. I didn't know Sean kept it a secret when he come back.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming up, Dwayne, especially with the roads being the way they are.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you being here, and best wishes on the board retreat.
Last thing,
Yep.
slip, trips, and falls.
Yes.
Safety message for you.
Yes.
How many people have heard walk like a penguin? Take that out of your mind. Unless your feet look like a penguin, it does you no good whatsoever.
Okay.
I got a picture of what I looked like laying on the ice in the snow. I wasn't in it, but I took it after I got up.
Yeah.
You don't have claws on your feet, be careful.
Be careful out there. Thanks.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, next up is election of council president. So we will open the floor for nominations for council president for 2025.
I'd like to nominate Dan again for council president.
Second.
Okay, I have a nomination and a second. Do I have any other nominations? Do I have a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Jennifer, seconded by Jenny. Further discussion? All those in favor of Dan continuing on as council president, show by the usual sign. And Leslie, Jenny, Jennifer, and Tad approve. I'm assuming you're abstaining. And so congratulations, Dan, for continuing on as our council president.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it very much.
Try to keep the meetings running appropriately.
Okay, department reports. Sean? Since the meeting's been about you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So that was definitely not necessary. I will say, 75% of the things I've learned on how to run a utility has been because of my relationships with the IMEA, the IMPA. You show up to those meetings, you have the director of Crawfordsville Electric at the time, says, here's my personal cell phone number, call me anytime of the day, any day, doesn't matter, call me. And just trying to be that resource for the younger department heads coming up is important to me. Excuse me. So that being said, I'll start with my report first at the Eagle Park. All the lighting for the pass and the skate park are on. Chip doesn't like the color of the lights, but you know, can't do anything right.
Beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah, right. He picked them. So, we did have 2 outages over the weekend from squirrels. As it sounds like we might have a fiber outage from squirrels right now as well. We'll see. We ordered some laptops for our new locating system we have. We were forced to use by the IURC. So we have new laptops. We were operating on the little tablets, iPads. It's hard to type on those and things. So we have full, Terry got us some laptops, and I'm working on getting us mounting systems for them to mount in our locate truck. So that'd be a lot easier to operate. As we talked about just a minute ago, I'm leaving straight from here to head to Carmel. I've got what they call bond pricing meetings for IMPA tomorrow morning. We're borrowing $268 million worth of bonds, refunding approximately $113 million for previously issued bonds, so refunding those at a better rate. So they were taking $155 million in bonds to build a new generation facility. As everybody knows, they've been pushing to eliminate coal from everybody's portfolio for generations for a long time now. So we're trying to get ahead of the game here a little bit, even with change in administration, where a lot of these green laws are going to hopefully go away. It won't go away forever. So we're working on building a brand new $155 million, what we call peaking facility. It's natural gas fired. So when our demand goes up, right now we have to buy the top of that demand off the market, which is for us the most expensive energy we can buy. If we can build this for $155 million, produce it at, I guess, 7 to 8 year payback. So that's, today was pre-pricing meetings, tomorrow's pricing meetings where we lay it out and people bid on it. So we're hoping for a good day. Just refunding those $113 million in bonds could make us $20 to $30 million. So we're hoping that goes well tomorrow. I go straight from that meeting to the IMEA Board of Directors meeting in the same city, thankfully, in Carmel. So we have that for 2 days. A lot of the cool things we're doing at the IMEA is, so we've found a provider for CDL training that we've been talking about now for 2 years, where the CDL training has gone up to about $5,000 per person to get them on CDL, where it used to be $200 to $300. We contracted with a provider, so now when my guys go to first year lineman climbing lab, which is 2 weeks long, they'll also come home with their CDL. So they'll spend that time to do the CDL training while they're there, which is a huge asset. Another thing we're working on is for other utilities to be able to use that asset as well. Come along with the CDL. It's $2,200 compared to $5,000, so that's going to be a huge asset. We're working on changing our training facilities at IMEA. We're moving to Rensselaer, Indiana, to the former St. Joseph's College. We've signed a long-term lease. So we have one of their dorms, we have some of their classrooms, and we have an outdoor training facility there. So people around the state can come get lineman training. They used to send them to Nebraska and Florida. They can stay right here in Indiana and get trained, even if they're not with a municipal looking to get training. They can come out of there with a CDL, with their training, go to any municipal co-op, anywhere they want, and be Department of Labor qualified. So that's going to be great for not only the youth, but for the IMEA, but for the other municipals that may be looking for linemen at that time, can hire from that pool. So other than that, bucket trucks. We had one that was originally supposed to be delivered last November. Last week. I met with UTE, who's building that truck. It should be done before June, or thinking maybe May, which is great. And we're working on specs for one of the last trucks for a while we have to replace, which is our 77-foot tree truck, as we call it. So that one originally was 3-year build time. It's down to 18 months, which is awesome. But the price has gone from somewhere around 300,000 to somewhere around 400,000. So I mean, they wonder why your cost of energy is higher and why our electric bills are higher, things like that. You know, trucks are $100,000 more expensive. Transformers are up 233%. You know, that's why the cost of energy gets expensive. But that's good news. We're getting those specs done. We hope to have that bid to you by April. Not to you, to board by April. And so I'll be reporting at that time. Dwayne did mention that ordinance. I'm hopefully bringing a mutual aid ordinance to the board here in another month or so, where it lays out what we get paid, I mean, it has everything in there. So we need that for FEMA reimbursement. So when we go to a FEMA event, we get paid for all that. So it doesn't cost the city anything. We actually kind of benefit from it. So
Think about it as kind of an addendum to the salary ordinance where it lays out when we go provide mutual aid, we're going to effectively charge that community for our labor, right? And that what those employees that go to that mutual aid will get paid. Now, at the end of the day, it's still Sean's decision to send or not to send, but it lays out that, basically. So you'll see that, like you said, probably next month. Yeah, maybe.
I will work through some details on it.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be close. So I have one from Washington, I have one from Crawfordsville, I have one from other places that I'm kind of drawing from, but
Yeah.
we'll make it kind of custom fit for us.
Yeah, because then we sent a few years back, we were going with South Whitley.
So that was a separate contract, but yes, we had a,
It's
yes.
separate, but we were
Yeah.
still on mutual aid for that.
Yeah, and we have been reached out to by IMPA Service Corp., who services South Whitley now, to help them, assist them with South Whitley. I'm not ready to jump into that just yet.
Yeah.
But
But it's something we're talking about. But yeah, so for a while there, I think Larry was here as superintendent at that time, but South Whitley came to us because they lost their main lineman and they didn't really have any other linemen ready to go or there. So we actually supplemented them for a couple of years, I think. It was what?
it was going on 5 years.
Was it going on 5 years?
Yeah.
And finally, we said, listen, we got to cut the cord here at some point. So we'll help you get there with the linemen, but we want to be good neighbors and we'll continue to help in those situations, but we can't be running down here to trim trees every couple of days or whatever. So anyways, long story short is yes, so that we did do that for a while. Anything else, Sean? Questions? Thank you. Terry?
Server migration, Keystone, which is a utility server, is completed, so is the MSF GIS server. All of those are up and running. With conversations with the park department, their new software that they're going to be using will be cloud-based, so the server we had built for them will be put off to the side, possibly used for the domain controller, which needs to be replaced later this year. We're in conversations with Spillman in reference to them upgrading our CAD GIS server, which services the police department and dispatch, so we're trying to work through that. Matt and I selected a room out at the Eagle Park concession area for the new equipment that we will need for Eagle Park to support that 80-acre park with wireless public Wi-Fi cameras. And so we hope to start building some of that room up so we can get it ready to move into. Working on the fiber at the test kitchen today, they found a cut outside the building, they fixed that, and we believe there's possible, like Sean said, another break 1,500 to 2,000 feet down the line, possibly might be squirrels. So hopefully if the weather clears up, they can find that and get it repaired. Then we can get the test kitchen up and running.
Question, Terry? Thank you. Chip?
On the test kitchen, we're working through the lease with the school. Hopefully that happens very soon so we can get moving with the test kitchen. We're ready to go, just kind of waiting on the lease and fiber. We've got some loose ends to wrap up. So we're working through that. We're working with the park as they're integrating new software. We're going to piggyback along with that for the test kitchen, like scheduling. And other than that, just getting ready for a fun retreat.
Questions of Chip? Thank you. Matt?
The dugouts have pretty much been put on hold because you can't do masonry and concrete in this weather. Father-daughter dance is well on its way. We've got pretty much Saturday sold out. There's some hit and miss tickets on Saturday, but we probably only have a couple hundred left for Friday, so that's going very well. We had the inspection done of the DeVol Tunnel to make sure that it was safe, and they found no major problems. There were just some things they suggested we take care of before it does become a major issue. Getting some pricing for doors. One of them happens to be where we were thinking about putting the switch and everything that Terry was talking about. We also have a back maintenance door that you can open up with a hammer right now. So it's high security.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you may not want to say. say that
They have to get in
Have to
somewhere.
leave it
so-
unlocked.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're also in that building. There's the furnaces. The one couldn't be relit this year, and that happened to be the main furnace. So we're going to be looking into that. And for the panel that and the electrical that Terry will need, we've asked Kissinger Electric to come in and give us a quote on cleaning up the box, the electrical box and the breakers, and seeing what's not needed anymore, like a smoke alarm system or anything of that nature, and so we can kind of have a good foundation to build off of.
Gotcha.
And that's it.
Questions of Matt? Thank you. Kelly?
Oh, just been taking care of some of the snow events coming down last few days. We hauled the piles from downtown this morning, and then it started snowing again. So, but we have community crossings will be coming up. The bids for 44 street segments. There's like 35 88 new 88 ramps that will be installed during that project, and that should be bid out I think the next council meeting, or Board of Works, is when they're going to open bids for that. So hopefully we get some good prices being the first of the year. And then I'll be working with a company to mulch up all the leaves back at Mortius Park, and sometime probably next month. So.
Questions of Kelly? Thank you. Gary?
Union Smith are doing well in the FTO process, doing real good. Austin Sturgis has been released from the FTO process and in his solo evaluation phase, so he's been doing well at that, been busy with crashes, and Leslie said something about that earlier. She's like, he was busy the other night, so yeah. So he's jumping right in and getting his feet wet, so. His next step is the academy, which I think he's sending in April, so I don't know if he's excited about that or not, but Hirschberger graduated from the academy in December, and he's back doing well. Dispatch trainees are doing good. We got one of them from the county, but had about a year experience, and she transitioned right over here very well. And the other two are doing good. So Hunter LaRue gave his resignation letter. His last day is on January 29th. He's getting out of law enforcement and going in to work in the private sector. So council or board of Works gave me permission to fill his position. Going to start a process here soon for that.
Questions of Gary? Thank you. Mike?
Fort Wayne project still moving along. Maddox has been in doing the pump work. CSO operational plan update. Just about ready to turn all the information over to United Consulting so they can put that together and submit that to IDM. I'm having them rework the quote for the dike store. When the original quote came in, it had a bunch of stuff in it or stuff that I wanted in it was not in it, so I'm having them redo that. And I'm waiting for that to come back. Working on year-end reports and files, and you guys have been working on a couple stations. So, that's it.
Questions of Mike? Thank you. Rosie?
Just been busy trying to get year-end reports done, and it's just about there.
Good, good. You probably are aware, but both Domino's and Five Lakes Coffee have opened up over the holidays and into last week, I believe. I know, I think I was told today Chivo is probably within the next month or two, so they're getting close. We have another couple of interested parties that, you know, have been having conversations and all that kind of good stuff. So I think good things are happening there. There's, you know, obviously we're always open for business, so. A couple things going on from a organizational perspective. We do have youth council on Thursday. We'll be touring the water plant. So Mike must have decided that, you know,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the accolades for Sean were too much that he
Yes.
decided to walk.
He felt that he never got patted on the back, so he left. No, he had a situation at home he had to go take
I
care of.
understand, I understand, okay. But nevertheless, we are going to go visit Mike on Thursday with the youth council. Obviously, legislature are now in session, and we do now have a new governor and lieutenant governor. They were sworn in yesterday, I believe. We do have City Awards Banquet on Friday night, so obviously you guys know about that. Board of Works did approve the agreement with National League of Cities line warranty program that you guys had a presentation about, and we're good to go on that. So we did approve the agreement on that. There were some minor tweaks to the agreement, just about when they can use our logo and what data we provide them. So things like that. Monday is we are closed for Martin Luther King Day here at City Hall. And of course, Thursday and Friday are city retreat. They will be at Swan Lake in Plymouth on all day Thursday and the first half of the day on Friday. So as you know, because we're meeting, that is a publicly advertised thing that Rosie's going to be advertising that. Besides that, the next board and council meeting, I will not be here, so Dan will be handling that. But generally speaking, things are going well at the beginning of the year here. Obviously, we have a big year on tap, as you well know, with comprehensive plan and trail and $2 million of paving, skate park completion, hopefully. Obviously, and those are just the kind of big projects. The dice store, maybe, I don't know if that's planned for next year or not, or this year or not, but that's
Hopefully that's this year.
yeah, so,
Hoping
you know,
about
we
6
have
months.
lead line stuff to deal with. I mean, we got a lot on tap for 2025, but I'm really, really proud of our departments. I'm really proud of our department heads. We have, again, when I talk to other people, they come to us asking how we're doing what we do. They're asking how we have the camaraderie that we have. And I think we have a great team. And so I will say we've gotten some feedback, as you have as well, regarding utility rates and things like that. Again, we try to keep educating the populace about, again, everything that we buy is up significant, right? Whether it's pumps, whether it's pipes, whether it's electric meters, everything is up significantly. And so it is a challenge, but I continue to tell our residents, like, hey, if your bill is jumping significantly, you probably need to talk to the utility office to see what is regular versus what is abnormal. Because especially during, you know, these kind of fluctuations in temperatures, you could have high electric usage, you could have water leaks, you know, especially when the freeze thaw, things move and all that kind of stuff. So just try to make residents aware they can always call into the city utility office and ask for a review of their bill. They can always do that. Natalie does a great job of that. I don't know if Beate also does that, but you know, the girls in the utility office do a fantastic job of working through those bills and trying to help people get information. Again, water leaks are a really big deal, and it impacts not just their water, but their sewer as well. And so that's why it's kind of a double whammy, if you will. But
Yeah, and I've been trying to explain to them because complaint is their electric's so high, but they're comparing it to somebody that has electric and gas.
Yes.
When they add them together, they're not husky.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
just as high.
When they're an all-electric house, obviously their electric bill is gonna be high in the winter, right? But when, you know, if you're like a lot of us that have electric and gas, if you put the two bills together, you're getting real close in the ballpark there. So I'm not saying it's, you know, again, you all know, it's a tough decision to raise utility rates. Unfortunately, there's a lot of those things that have forced our hands when it comes to the, you know, generally when it comes to the materials we buy each and every day to make sure that we can remain online, on the grid, right? Those things are really important. So anyways, long story short is, that's I think all I have except for one more thing. And I have the opportunity yearly to appoint a Region 3A board member. Region 3A is the regional planning group for kind of sort of Northeast Indiana. It's kind of an L shape, if you will, which is, so it has like Steuben, LaGrange, Noble, Whitley, Huntington. I don't think it has Wabash, but those are kind of the counties, if you will. They meet 4 times a year, and it's a kind of a quasi-governmental entity. Yes, I'm sorry. Huntington, LaGrange, Noble, Steuben, Whitley, and Wabash. They do have Wabash in there. They meet 4 times a year, and they're all 4 meetings are at Peabody Public Library here in Columbia City at 5:30 p.m. Those are March 20th, June 19th, September 18th, November 20th. If you have an interest in being appointed to that, please let me know. I know you probably don't, but I probably should appoint somebody to this board. So if you have an interest, please let me know, and I'm happy to provide you with that information. I think the last person I had appointed to that was multiple years ago. It was Nicole Penrod, but it's been a while since we've had representation on that board. So let me know if you have an interest in that. That's all I'll say. Dan?
Okay, just going back to the rates, I think our council has put together a procedure to have those evaluated every year. And we already have a procedure that's in place, so there's not a significant increase in the rates. We look at it increasing 1 or 2%. I think, you know, this council's done a great job of looking at it after going to AIM. With talking with individual is looking at increasing their sewer rates 26% at one time. So we've already taken care of that type of a situation, but I think we got a great board that evaluates our process, and I think we got a great procedure already in place to handle, you know, things of that. So I appreciate everything that we are doing to take care of our residents that way. And I also want to pay a great deal of appreciation for Jennifer for doing the Christmas lighting thing. I did that years ago, and I'm telling you, that takes a lot of time to drive around and look at that and then try to figure out who wins. And so I really
Finding
do.
addresses is really hard.
I do appreciate that very, very much. So,
Really
great job.
appreciate it when people put their address on their house.
On the house, that's helpful, yes. The firefighters like that too, by the way, so, yes. Yeah, and actually, just as a note on firefighters, Tom is out sick tonight, but you know, they had physical agility tests this weekend. I think 3 of the 4 passed, I believe, so they're heading to interviews with that. So the fact is we have a couple of candidates to potentially decide from, instead of it just being one person out of a group of 15. So I think that's a positive thing. So anyways, I'm sorry. Jennifer?
I don't have a lot, but I do want to thank the street department and the electric department for helping out Santa's house. Also Rosie for when you flipped the switch when we really needed it flipped.
Thank you. Tad?
We had RDC today, spent a lot of time discussing the former county jail building with some proposals and ideas of what we could possibly do with that building. And so we're kind of moving the ball in that direction. There looks like there'd be some good opportunities there for us in the future.
We'll probably have some more conversation about that retreat too, but it's the general presentation that was given today. So. Jenny?
I have nothing.
Leslie?
I have nothing.
We have no audience and we have no press. We'll call the meeting adjourned. Thank you.